I do enjoy a good old-fashioned political cell phone, and the liberals are full of them these days. They'll post a criticism of the conservatives at the same time that it ends up just exposing how little they care for the average Canadian. This one is a perfect example. The liberals went after the conservatives because they took phone calls from people that the liberals say are Freedom Convoy organizers. They're not actually. They were people who did that organizing for the slow roll of motorcycles through Ottawa that happened a few months later. But they're attacking conservatives because their MPs actually take calls from their constituents. Yes, that is a big rip on the conservatives that their people actually attend to their local residents and take calls from them, hear their concerns, as the liberals should. Apparently, if you want to talk to a liberal MP, one, you got to bribe them first. And then two, they have to already like everything that you're going to say and just sit down for tea and talk about how much you like the liberals and how much more you're going to donate to us. That's effectively what the liberals want. According to them, this is very nasty and bad what the conservatives did by taking calls from these individuals.
Have you had any meetings with any MPs from any parties?
Yes, I have with my own MP Michelle Ferreri. I have spoken to Larry Brock. Again, I work within the realm of I go through my MP, which is Michelle Ferreri. I'm from Peterborough Kawartha, and she's my MP. I spoke with Larry Brock and his office regarding the carbon tax election. He was very receptive of talking to people. Yeah, I know that Miss Lynn Brooks, who also was not allowed inside today, she has made appointments and spoken to several Conservative MPs that they've opened their doors and welcomed her to have a conversation, and several other people. So we don't seem to be having a problem with communication with the Conservatives. We seem to be being roadblocked in communication with the NDP party and the Liberal Party.
And remember, this is something that the liberals posted themselves. This was their own X account where they published this video because you're supposed to be very scared that a conservative MP will let you schedule a meeting with them and then the meeting will happen. The liberals, again, apparently there's all these roadblocks that come into place in wanting to actually talk to the liberals about an issue that, concerns you in some way. But I'm going to move on from here and talk a little bit about the nomination, or not the nomination, the by-election happening out in Toronto St. Paul between the Liberal candidate Leslie Church and the Conservative candidate Don Stewart. I'll have more thoughts about this in the future, but you can tell that this one has really concerned the Liberals because whenever the Liberals are concerned about anything political, they will start talking about abortion again for no reason. And I actually like the fact that they're talking about it because, if anything, they're making the country more pro-life because nobody likes the Liberals' positions on anything. The Liberals could come out in favor, against. It doesn't even really matter. This is honestly what happens with Donald Trump. Every time they attack Donald Trump gets more popular because Justin Trudeau has such little political credibility. Him attacking any person or political position just makes that political position more popular. And so now they're wheeling out the abortion thing again and going after, Arnold Viersen, a very good Conservative MP, for talking about pro-life issues with Josie Lutek from the Campaign Life Coalition, because you're not allowed to talk to pro-life Catholic organizations. The Liberals are saying, share if you're proudly pro-choice. And you're wondering, well, what's going on? Why are they sharing this? Well, they're potentially losing an election today in a strong liberal stronghold, an area that the Liberals have not lost since 1998, I believe. Not 98, 93, or even might have actually been 88. It's been a long time. It's been so long, I can't exactly remember how long it's been. I was not alive at the time, I'm sorry. But yeah, they just keep posting more abortion stuff. I don't know why they're going after Kathy Wagenthal here, because I guess Kathy Wagenthal is anti-woman by the Liberals' standpoint because she is not completely anti-life. Again, the federal Liberals are not a pro-choice party. I'm a pro-life individual, but they're not a pro-choice party. They are just like a goblin party. And that's a very childish way for me to say that, guys, they literally voted against increased protections for pregnant women if they are assaulted and killed. That if a pregnant woman is assaulted and miscarries, or a pregnant woman is assaulted and killed, that shouldn't lead to any upgraded sentences for the criminal responsible, because that would be giving actual human dignity to the baby to consider that something that you could actually upgrade a sentence on. So if the Liberals lose this by-election, if Leslie Church goes down to flaming defeat and Don Stewart wins, the Liberals are going to have to figure out a way of getting rid of Justin Trudeau. I don't think it's maybe even the best move, but just for the long-term prospects of the party, they need to get rid of Justin Trudeau. Even if Justin Trudeau would perform better in the next election than a Mark Carney, than a Chrystia Freeland, or any other Liberal, the thing is that by having Justin Trudeau kind of dig his claws in to the prime minister's office and stay there as long as possible, it hurts the party in the 4 to 8 year window, even if him being in office helps them win a couple more seats next election. Or if the Liberals do hold on to this seat, in a certain sense, it's almost bad for them because it stops Liberal insiders from having the opportunity to finally rally together some Liberal members, national councillors for their party, different MPs, cabinet ministers, to try and hold a palace coup to get rid of Justin Trudeau. At the same time, if the Liberals win, I think that there does need to be some, not soul searching, but strategy professionalization inside the Conservative Party. It might be better candidates. It might be more broader messaging, because as much as people do not like the carbon tax, the problem is if you only talk about the carbon tax in the GTA, it's not that people like the carbon tax in the GTA, but we need to be talking more about crime. We need to be talking more about immigration. And if we're proving ourselves that in these winnable by-elections, we're not getting across the finish line on a few of these tax issues, then it proves that we probably need a more broad cultural, social, and fiscal message, and it can't just be the carbon tax. I hate the carbon tax as much as the next guy, but we should be also marketing on overall personal income taxes, corporate income taxes, shutting down like funding to any woke organizations. We should be pulling out of the WHO because of just how ridiculous that organization is. It's a CCP front group at this point. We should be marketing on having some stance on life issues. We should be marketing against MAID. I know the party has stances on many of these issues, but it's sometimes that if you don't turn up the volume on talking about it enough, it really didn't happen. That's where I always get annoyed whenever people say, well, did you read the policy platform from that party? It was really good on page 30. I liked some of those ideas. Guys, unless people know what you're running on without having to read your platform, it didn't really happen, because most people don't know what you said in your platform. So it makes it very easy to break those promises later, because only like 15 people usually read the platform all the way through, and they're usually party insiders or members of other parties trying to find lines where you had a misspelling in order to attack you in the media. But anyways, we'll form up here tomorrow. I want to talk a little bit more about how this by-election is going to affect the Canadian political landscape. Should be interesting. If you guys want to sign up to my political organizing list so I can recommend good nomination candidates or just good people to vote for in any riding around the country, go sign up in my website. In the description below, WyattClaypool.com. You can even just type that in if you know how to spell my name, WyattClaypool.com. And you can donate to my legal fund. The Give, Send, Go link in the description below is where you can access the legal fund. We're being sued by a dishonest Chinese billionaire trying to sue us for defamation, even though in 2.5 years he has not found a shred of evidence to prove what we said was defamatory at all. All of our reporting actually on him was based off previous reporting from the Globe and Mail, and he apparently was too scared to sue them, so he decided to sue someone who was 22 years old at the time that this lawsuit started. Anyways, so that should be it for me today, guys. Have a good one.